Hi, welcome to Irish Hanging Adventures. So in this clip I'm going to show you how I make my 2-hook flapper for cod and coalfish. So starting out, what I'll need is, my main body is going to be 60 pound Okuma. For my hook length it's going to be 40 pound Sunset Amnesia. My hooks are going to be 4 Varvas Big Mouth Extras. And then you'll need an assortment of swivels and beads and crimps. So what I'm going to do first is take off maybe 4 or 5 feet of 60 pound, and I'm going to put on just a Gemini Bay clip or waist clip at the bottom. So once I have that done, what I'm going to do then is slide down a crimp. So it's going to be crimp, bead, swivel, bead, crimp. So for the swivels I'm just using size 1 Tronics Pro swivels. They're more than enough for what they're even used for. So this is the order it's going to be in. So it's crimp, bead, swivel, bead, crimp. And I'll do that one more time because this is a 2-hook flapper. So if you wanted to, you could make your rigs as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. So this one's going to be pretty simple. So I'm not going to be putting on any muppets or floating beads or anything like that, but when I'm finished this rig I will show you one of my previously made ones which has muppets and floating beads in it. If it would focus, so you can see now it's crimp, bead, swivel, bead, crimp, crimp, bead, swivel, bead, crimp, and then this is my top swivel which will be connected to my main line. So what I'm going to do now is just hook this onto a weight. Just if I find it easier, and I'll just dangle it off. There's just a nail here that I use for mocking up rigs. So I'll slide up my first hook length, or my first hook, to where I'd like it. So around there, and just crimp that in place. Remember to leave just a small bit of a gap between each your beads, so it just allows the swivel to spin. Instead, if you have them too tight together, then the swivel actually can't move. So just remember that. So then for my second one, all I'm going to do is clip this up. And there we go. So now I have both these equal distance apart. So this is equal distance from this, and this is equal distance from that. So now what I'm going to do is tie on my hook lengths. So my 40 pound Amnesia. So again, I'm not going to go crazy with the length. Maybe what's that? Maybe foot and a half. So tie that on. The great thing about these is they're very quick to tie. You can get a lot of these made up in a day without any issues, and there's not too much messing around. So I'm not going to tie up both hook lengths, just so there's no need for you to sit here and watch as I tie up the same thing twice. So what I'm just going to do is complete one. So once I have that done, I'm going to use one of the Big Mouth Varvas Big Mouth Extras. So I'm not going to sit here and show you how to tie 2 hook lengths because they're the exact same. So I'm just going to tie up one. So I've tied on my 40 pound Sunset Amnesia. And then what I'm going to put on is my Varvas Big Mouth Extra. Sorry if you can hear the sound of lawnmowers in the background. It's a nice day here today, so everyone's out doing a bit of gardening. Just wet the knot and pull it tight, and just cut off my tag end. So once you've all them tied together, as you can see, it's just a normal 2-hook flapper. The only difference between what you use there and here is the hook lengths are a little bit heavier breaking strain, and your hooks are bigger. Instead, most people that I know that would use a 4.0 would end up using an up and over or pulley rig. So once that's done, I'll just wrap it up, stick it in one of the bags, label the bag, and I'll show you then some of my other 2-hook flappers. So this is one of the more elaborate rigs that I would use for fishing for cod up there, just to try add a bit more movement to the bait. So this is the exact same up to when it comes to the hooks. So still 60 pound main line, and then 40 pound Sunset Amnesia, and then this is where it changes. So I'm using trio Kamsan B940s, and then within that I'm using, so the next thing up the line is a Lumi floating bead, so here, and then a Muppet. The Muppet glows in the dark, well the eyes glow in the dark, and then I just use a Lumi pop-up bead above it just to hold them up and down, and then a stop knot to keep it all together. So the whole purpose of that is just to add a little bit of more movement in the water. So that's how I tie one of my toe flappers for cod fishing. So again, I keep them simple, and I also go a little bit out there when it comes to the rig as well. So when it comes to dab fishing, I'll be using two different types of rigs. They're going to be almost identical, but the difference is they're going to be same 60 pound main and body, but the difference is, so this is just plain and simple, just straight to hooks, whereas this one goes to two floating pop-up beads. So they're tied with 60 pound main line and then a 20 pound Sunset Amnesia hook length, size 1/0 hooks. I won't be going below 1/0 just because everything up there is that little bit bigger. So, and I want to be targeting the slightly larger fish. I don't want to be fishing for small 20-30 centimeter dab. I want to be getting some of them 40 to 50 centimeter dab that we can get up there. If I wanted to get small dab, I would just stay at home. So that's how I tie all my rigs for Norway. They're the only rigs I'll be bringing. As I said, I'll be bringing a few extra bits and pieces just for making rigs, but that's the gist of them. So they're the rigs I'll be using for Norway. The next video clip that I'll be putting up will be the packing for Norway. So that'll be another week or two before I get that up. But if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. If you have any comments you'd like to make, stick them down below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But other than that, thanks for watching.